Well, it's Tom Petty, of course. What a great song. That's Running Down a Dream, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme on this fine Monday morning is 08459 555 678. Email address is jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. And the text messaging service, for those of you who perhaps had wished things had been different, is 81771. Are we all right today? Just get one woman again today?
Yes.
Just one.
Yes. Just
when
one
will we get two
today.
women? When will we get two?
I don't know.
Is it over now, the days of the
two
two women?
No. That's
it's only a temporary thing?
measure, yes.
That's
yes,
good.
Yes.
Speaking of dreams, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on in this country. Right, listen to this. The First Minister, DUP, at that, comes out in favour of integrated education, and suddenly all the people who used to be campaigning for integrated education, they seem to be against it. What's going on here? Even the Shinners don't like it. Is it because it's him calling for it? What does it matter who does it as long as it's done? Did you see the fella on TV the other day? He said the only time he ever saw Gaelic was on television. He said they always seem to be throwing things. It indicates to me that there may be something wrong in our cross-communication and indeed our cross-integration. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let me just say, I love this country.
Yeah.
And you heard me say that. I love this country. Repeat after me. What did I just say?
Villa got a good point against Chelsea.
You see, whenever you talk about anything, it's anyway vaguely controversial, you start talking about Aston Villa. Yeah. This is what's wrong with you. Don't you understand that I need to talk?
I was thinking of getting Aston Villa on my number plates. I've got to get new number plates.
That's a big decision.
And so I thought maybe just put down at the bottom just Aston Villa. You know.
Would you be allowed to do that?
I don't know.
Seriously?
Well, then if maybe a policeman will ring and tell me, because there's no way I'm doing it if it's against the law.
Excuse me, sir. I see.
No.
Excuse me, sir.
I thought you could.
Excuse me, sir. On your registration license, I see you have the name of a football team. Do you realise that that's against the law, sir? You might get penalty points.
No, I won't have that. I won't have it about me. I'm not doing it. No.
I'm going to have to go back to school. They're going to send me to a course. I have to go now because I've got another one.
You have not.
I have. Yeah.
When?
I'm not going to talk about it.
You have not.
I have to go. My points are accumulating rapidly, so I'm going to have to go to the course. They'll tell me what to wear. I have to wear a pair of dungarees, I think. And
did you see
it?
Yes.
When?
Oh,
Friday.
What did you do?
I cringed and I rang up people.
What did you do? But what?
72 miles an hour on the Glenshane Pass.
How many is that over? 2?
Well, I don't know.
How many?
What's the? I don't know. It doesn't say how many are over. It looks like a big number.
But Betty, what are you allowed to do?
I don't know what I'm allowed to do. I just look out the window and put the foot down. I don't know. Maybe it's 60. Is it?
That's not like you to drive at 70 miles an hour.
72.
You said you're the slowest driver in the world.
As a matter of fact, I'm secretly proud of it, if I may say that.
You got up to 72.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
That's what it said on a piece of paper. Who am I to lie? I'll show it to you if you like. It's upstairs. 72. I circled it with red pencil. I'm going to make a copy of it and send it to the newspaper. They might print a story.
So what?
I know. But see, I've got another one for doing 42 miles an hour. I've got one for doing 72 miles an hour. So if I ignore everything, I'll get 6 points, and then they kill you. I mean, you get 9, don't they?
Is that the camera again?
I don't know. It doesn't say who got me. So what happens when you get 9? They send you to America or something?
I don't know.
What happens?
Van
Transport
Diemen's Land.
Here, listen. After now, I don't know if I can do this or not. I'm going to talk about a TV program that's not on BBC. It's the greatest, funniest TV program I've ever seen.
I know. You see.
No, I know I shouldn't do this, but I have to do it. There's a program on RTE2 on a Tuesday night called Hardy Bucks.
Right.
It's about these bunch of guys who are just hanging about in a little town based on Swanland Bar in Mayo. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's only started last Tuesday. It's on tomorrow night, so watch it. It's on about 10:30. And this is not Kilnascully. This is not Father Ted. This is completely different. I'll tell you how good it is. The television critic of the Irish Times on Saturday didn't get it and didn't think it was funny. That's how good it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Watch it tomorrow night. It's very, very, very funny. It's a whole breakthrough in comedy. It's wonderful. See, you don't care about anything I do.
How can I talk about something I haven't seen?
At least show some interest.
Okay, so if a boy says to me, right, there's a
Ask
great
me
show.
what it's about.
You told me it's about a group of guys hanging about Swanland Bar.
Yeah.
You've already told us.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, so what? So
All
I
right,
said,
I told you what it was.
What time's it on it? 10:30. I'll watch it.
All right then, okay. All right.
The Glenshane Pass apparently is a class road. I never knew there was roads with classes.
Well, just
First class and second class. I didn't know. An A-class road. Mm-hmm. And it's 60.
Oh, is that it?
60.
So I'm 12 over the bar.
I never knew that. I thought you could go faster on the...
Well, I'm living proof that you can't. It's a terrible, terrible thing, and I'm ashamed of myself.
Can I just tell you something?
Go ahead.
From my point of view,
Uh-huh.
and we seem to be talking a lot about speeding this last while back.
Well, I am a victim.
But I think there should be signs every so often telling you it's 60.
I think they should be, because you forget. You get carried away in the heat of the moment.
You're just driving along. If it's a nice day and you get over Glenshane Pass, you tend to... Even I could exceed that.
I'd be
Heaven
driving
forbid.
along dreaming of integrated education,
But you
and my
know.
foot gets a bit little heavy, and suddenly I find myself
60,
doing
that
72 miles
surprises
an hour.
me.
I know, it's
So
terrible.
70 on the motorway then, I take it.
I don't know anything. All I know is that I go as fast as the guy in front of me. The guy in front of me must have been caught as well, because you know I'm the slowest driver in the world.
You
I'm
are
always
indeed.
behind somebody.
Yes.
I never pass anybody. I never overtake.
No.
So they always, whatever I do, the guy in front of me is guilty of it as well. I bet you he didn't get one. Mm-hmm. Hey? Anyway. I've got
I
a
remember one time, I told you a story before, I remember one time you losing the head with a bus. You were driving. And we were behind this bus going into Belfast, and we were headed to Brave, along. And eventually I said, "Are you going to overtake this bus or not?" And then you pulled out.
Yeah.
And you kept watching the bus. She's not the size of him. Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. He's putting the boot down now, he's putting the boot down now. I says, no, you drive you faster, and you look at you're travelling the same speed as him. No, I can't. He's putting the boot down, he's putting the boot down. And then you started to move over towards the bus. Look at him, he's trying to come over on top of us. And all you had to do was put your foot in the accelerator and pass the bus. No, you cursed that bus driver up and down. I've cleaned it up.
Damn this bus driver.
Janet has a man and one. No, Janet has a girl and one.
Oh, that's better. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
Hello, how are you today?
I'm fine.
What can we do for you, if anything?
I was hoping you could put out an appeal for my granddaughter's wee Terry. She has had him since she was born, and her name's Gracie. She was in Wallace Park on Friday the 15th with her dad, and she lost him.
Moss Park. Is that here in Derry, Stoke, London?
No,
Derry?
it's in Lisburn, Wallace
Oh,
Park.
sorry, there's a Moss Park here.
No, Wallace.
Okay, right.
Wallace Park.
Willis Park. Sorry, I thought you said Moss Park.
No,
sorry.
Wallace, and it's her birthday tomorrow, and she's very sad and very upset because she's slightly asthmatic. And Brian, you call her Teddy Brian, he's been with her through a lot, and she's really distracted and looking for him and not sleeping. So there's an reward for anyone who could give us information for the return of him.
Okay, can you? Has this Teddy got any distinguishing marks or any
No,
distinguishing
he's
features?
like a taupey colour, and he has long arms and long legs, and he's soft.
All right. And it's the wee Teddy's been with her for a long time.
Well, she'll be 3 tomorrow, and she got him on her birthday, the day she was born.
Oh dear, dear. Well, that's her Teddy, and that's
It
the
is.
only Teddy
Her
that she'll ever
Brian.
want. Yeah, she'll never stick to another Teddy.
No.
Okay, so tell me what area roughly again.
Wallace Park in Lisburn.
Wallace Park in Lisburn. When was this? Yesterday, was it?
No, on Friday. Her dad had her at the park on Friday after pay.
What kind of a father is that would let a woman lose her Teddy? For God's sake, has he no sense? Has he no sense of propriety or responsibility?
Oh, he's distracted. He hasn't
And well,
been out of the park since.
well, should he be? He's guilty.
He is.
He's
he
guilty. Should always check that the Teddy is safe.
Well, he normally does now because he's carried about under her arm, but she just must have forgot herself. She was like a whole lot of us ladies enjoying herself.
All right then. So maybe perhaps anyone who saw that wee Teddy maybe picked it up, threw it in the car or whatever, or maybe just threw it in somebody's pram or whatever.
Well, that's it. We've
Yeah.
been round fences and hedge posts and everything looking at them.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna hand a Teddy into the police station. Do you know what I mean? I mean, if I found a Teddy, I'd probably keep it. But you see, but once you know that it's really precious to somebody, you would give it back. Of course, you would.
Aye, it means a lot to her. It
All right
definitely
then.
does.
Okay. All right then. The number to ring anybody out there who knows anything about that Teddy in Lisburn is 08459 555 678.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. See me doing Teddy stuff?
Yes. What were you at on Friday?
Never you mind. Never you mind what I was at on Friday.
You were up to something.
I was up to
Because
something, yes. I'm not telling you what. I was
One
wearing
of
a
the
suit. and
girls took a call, yes, to say that this person wanted to praise Mr. Anderson, how well he looked and on how he handled the interview before a live studio audience on Friday night. Where were you at? This person was in the audience and was very impressed and kept saying to himself, if anyone can pull this off, it's Gerry Anderson. What are you at?
It was a Radio Academy it was an interview with the controller of Radio 2.
Oh, sure, I wasn't invited.
You weren't invited because you weren't wanted, I think is the word I'm looking for. So I asked him some leading questions. I said to him, you've been very kind to broadcasters from Northern Ireland. Look at Colin Murray and Eamon Holmes and Paddy Keelty on Radio 2 on a Saturday afternoon. And all those other people, Alan Green and Colin Murray, I mentioned him before. And then I said, what about me?
Yes.
What about me? I said. And I didn't raise my voice like that, but that was the impression I gave. Anyway, no, thank you to that listener. Thank you. I enjoyed that. I was,
Well, how come we know the backroom staff knew absolutely nothing about that?
Because the backroom staff don't care about anything that I do. That's why. That's not anything to do with football or golf. That's fine. But anything else, a blank stare.
Janet was saying she'd have loved a wee day out in Belfast.
Wouldn't she?
Yes.
Next time you come, why don't you just bring some money with you?
You got your money back.
Yeah, from the BBC.
Yes. You didn't give it to me, or you didn't
Next
give it
time
to
you come to
Janice.
Belfast, we're going to Belfast on Friday week, right? We're doing an outside broadcast. You and I are going. I think Janet's going too. That's a wee day out for us. You'll be able to shop and everything, but just to do the programme first, just to justify it, So we'll be doing that on Friday, the 29th of October, a special radio weekend, and please bring some money with you. You might need it for accommodation, food and drink. And don't depend on me to always pay for everything. And not you, same as you, Janet, for God's sake. What's wrong with you? What do you do when you go on your holidays? That's what I'd like to know. Anyway, I'll stop now.
We don't have to stay overnight. We all could travel up the morning of the programme.
Well, why don't you do that? You travel up the morning of the
I
programme.
said, why don't we all do that?
I don't want to travel. Do you want me to get into your car at 7:30 in the morning
Yes.
and drive to Belfast?
Aye.
Are you off your head?
No.
For God's sake.
Janice says yes, she could get a wee sleep in the back seat.
Oh. Well, you two can do that. I'll go on ahead on the Thursday and sleep in the hotel and have my breakfast at 9:30.
Connor's
Okay.
on one.
I don't care about it, Connor. Good morning, Connor. Good morning, Connor. Good morning, Connor.
Good morning.
I do care about you. Don't mind that. These people are driving me to the end of my sanity. Sorry, what can we do for you today, Connor? And I have to stop saying... Look, stop me saying that. I keep saying what can we do for you today.
Well,
I
it's
keep
very
saying
hard.
it.
Well, what else can you say?
Well, go and give me something else to say. Can I help you at
No,
all?
yes.
Are you getting?
What did I
Are
say?
you being served?
Hello, Connor.
Do you want a wee bag?
Hello.
Do you want a wee bag with that?
No, you have to say what can we do for you? Yeah, there's no
That's
other
what I'm
way.
saying. What can we do for you?
There's no other way of introducing Connor.
All right, I'll try this, Connor. Do you want a wee bag with that? All right, Connor, what can we do for you? See, I said it. It's coming out of me again. Okay, what do you want?
Gerry, hopefully you and Sean can give me a wee bit of help.
Yes?
I'm looking at a couple of dummies.
A dummy? You mean a shop dummy? A shop window dummy?
A couple of shop dummies.
They don't call them dummies.
No.
They call them mannequins, for God's
Mannequins.
sake.
Well, I said I was looking at a couple of dummies and I said give you and Sean a ring.
Oh, he's got a sense of humour? Do you hear that? You watch yourself. Anyway, 2 mannequins you're looking for.
Yes, I'll tell you what they're for. We're running a wee Halloween function and I want just a couple to dress up, and have them sitting around the hall.
Okay, right. Do you want male or female?
Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really
It
matter.
doesn't really matter either because there's no difference between male and female mannequins except one of them has longer hair. You know that, don't you?
I'll do indeed.
Anyway, okay, we'll try and get you 2 mannequins. Where do they need to be? At what individual time?
Well, we're running the wee do on the 5th of November.
Right.
So any time from now to then.
Okay, so, and you'll give them
They don't
back,
have
of
to be
course.
they don't have to be in good condition or even out broken ones or something to do,
All right, then. And you're going to give them back, of course. You don't want them permanently, do you?
Oh, no.
All right, anybody with 2 mannequins, please contact this programme, 08459 555 678.
Excuse me, Janet wants to know what area does Connor live in.
Glenavy.
You didn't
Glenavy.
ask. Well, you didn't
Yeah.
ask. Did
I was getting round to it. The last question I would have asked him would have been, by the way, what area do you live in?
Right.
And it is Glenavy. That's good. Okay. 08459 555 678. That's the number to ring if you can help this man. We'll do the best we can for you, sir. Okay?
No problem, Johnny. Thank you, now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. A woman has lost a cat called Casey. I was hoping you could help me. We have lost, as I say, a cat called Casey. She disappeared on Thursday at about 5:30 in the afternoon, and we haven't been able to find her since. That's, a few days. We live at the top of the Belmont Road. Please, could you announce it on your show today? Any help finding her would be greatly appreciated, as we are desperate to find her. She is a grey tabby cat, and is 6 years old. We've got a mobile number here, so anyone walking about, maybe Belmont Road up there, have a wee look around, a wee tabby cat, 6 years old, and give us a ring here if you spot it. But then again, you see, there's so many tabby cats knocking about, minding their own business, not lost at all. I mean, if I seen a wee tabby cat, I'd say, there it is. And you'd say, but, you know, that's probably one that does that every day. That probably lives in the house next door.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know, it's very difficult. Anyway, anyone who can do that, give us
I
a ring.
remember being chased by a cat about 2 years ago.
Well, doesn't that indicate some kind of weakness that a cat gets on top of you? And have to be run from a cat? I mean, I can understand running from a Rottweiler, but
No, this was one of those mad, wild.
But you see, you have a
cats.
thing about cats.
Yes, I know. But you see, this boy was on the other side. I told you this story before. This boy was on the other side of the road. I was walking down through an industrial estate.
Why are you doing a thing like that? Who walks through an industrial estate?
Me?
Why?
I was for a walk.
Okay.
And this boy was on the other side of the street. And you just knew. I could see him. See, and he stopped and he looked over at me. And I walked on, and then right, he crossed the road
Towards you?
behind me, walking behind me. So I started to walk faster, and he started to walk faster. So then I says, right, this is getting serious. I says, so right, I'll cross the road again. So I went over to the far side of the road. He came over the far side of the road after me.
He says you were afraid of him.
Yes, but he was a good bit behind me.
They want to work you over.
So then I says, right, it's time for the stones. Right? So I got a couple of stones and I started to peg the stones back at him.
That's peg throw.
Yes, right? And he just stopped. As if, like dodging them.
Well, as you would yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you would do that if you were in the army.
Right.
And
So
you saw you throwing stones at him.
Well, once he knew I was out of stones, he said, this guy's all out of stones. He came after me again.
Did he
So
increase
I-
his pace?
No, I started to run. And he started to run. And I was getting very, very afraid. 'Cause I had to think about my angina. And I had no inhaler with me.
Cat kills man.
It was dreadful, so it was. I managed to get out onto the main road.
Yeah?
And he was afraid of all the traffic. That was the only thing that saved me.
Okay, here's the headline. Cat murders man in industrial estate. Hey? I've never seen a headline like that before. And what happened? How did it end up?
No, but I went
got
to
the main
pub.
road?
I went to the pub. I went to the pub for a pint. On the road.
And you come outside and the cat was
I
standing
was-
going,
no.
hey, hi there.
Standing with a fag in his mouth.
Yeah, no, a breathalyzer. Listen, I've got a poem here and it was bound to happen. One Lord Mayor a-leaping.
No.
He flies to the air with the greatest of ease, the former Lord Mayor with the two lethal knees. The paparazzi were there with evil glare to capture for court and posterity the day a leaping mayor with silvery hair hit a tomato with his knee. The lady in the tomato suit saw the leaping mayor and tried to scoot. Jim, with a cry of "Nye, nye, nye," hit her just right above the eye. The tomato lady's on the ground. People gather all around. Oh, the tomato got an awful crack from Belfast Lord Mayor Spring-Heels Jack. Poor Jim, arrayed in noble red, could stand only and shake his head. The paramedics won't be beat. Get that tomato back in its feet. The tomato woman cries, "Hey, you Jim Rogers, I will sue." She limps away with one retort, "I'll see you later, Baron Court." The noble judge can't understand how a tomato can sue a man. To him it seems a little silly. The clerk explains the tomato is a millie. The clerk swears the red tomato in. "My lord," she cried, "it is a sin. A red tomato can't walk the street for fear of Lord Mayor and his flying feet." In the dock stands Lord Mayor Jim. The tomato cries, "That's him, that's him! That, my lord, is the leaping mayor who crushed my skull and tossed my hair." From the dock comes a piercing cry, "Stall the wedding! Nay!" I would have leaped that woman dressed in red if she hadn't lifted her great big head. Often, whilst wearing Glentoran scarfs, I have leaped a multitude of them, and all the wee boys do agree they've never been hit by a trailing knee. Said the judge, "I'm awarding 24 grand, and perhaps then you might understand, female tomato, prod or teg, is no excuse for you to lift your leg." Jim leaped the dock and ran away, screaming that he would not pay. To the people it was a bitter pill. It was they who had to foot the bill. Jim lived to leap another day. When he saw Glentoran play, Jim thought the award was rather high, but he must play it. Nay, nay, he flies to the air with the greatest of ease, the former Lord Mayor with the two lethal knees. Nay, nay, 3 times, nay.
the reason why. Oh, I can say I have to let you go, baby, and right away. After what
That's the wrong song. I didn't mean to play that at all. I
That
wanted to play this
sounds
one.
like Walk in the Room. Play the start of it again.
No,
Just try the start of it.
no.
You're so hateful.
I am. I'm very hateful today.
It's empty in the valley of your heart. The sun, it rises slowly as you walk away from all the fears and all the faults you've left behind. The harvest left no food for you to eat. You cannibal, you meat eater, you see. But I have seen the same. I know the shame in your defeat. But I will hold on hope, and I won't let you choke on the noose around your neck. And I'll find strength in pain, and I will change my ways. I'll know my name as it's cold again. I have other things to fill my time. You take what is yours and I'll take mine. Now let me at the truth which will refresh my broken mind. So tie me to a post and block my ears. I can see where those orphans through my tears, and know my call despite my faults and despite my growing fears. But I come out of your cave, walking on your hands, and see the world hanging upside down. You can understand dependence when you know their maker's land. So make your sirens call and sing all you want. I will not hear what you have to say, 'cause I need freedom now, and I need to know how to live my life as it's meant to be.
That's Mumford & Sons. That's a song called The Cave. Coming up to 11 o'clock, gentleman writes to me and he said, a pack of feral marauding hoodies attacked me on Friday night. That's a terrible, terrible thing. They knocked off my bowler hat and stole the fish supper that was sitting on my head. I always keep my fish suppers under my hat to keep them warm. I am offering a small reward for the fish supper. I told the police that the gang were all wearing hoods. The policeman said, that's a great help. That's Sammy Shankle. And he says he's a Catholic. And he said, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. A lot of people out there are mad as hell and not going to take it anymore. What movie is that from?
I don't know, but
I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm mad as hell. From a movie called Network. Made in the 70s, actually, but still relevant today with Peter Finch, alas, no longer with us. We'll be back after the news.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
And with the BBC News at 11 o'clock, this is Keith Burnside. The chairman of the Northern Health Trust has told the public inquiry into C. difficile that his board was made aware of the problem at least 5 months before an outbreak was declared. Hospital managers, doctors and the head of communication are due to give evidence to the inquiry, which is now entering its third week. From Antrim, our health correspondent Mary-Louise Conley reports.
The chairman of the Northern Health Trust, Jim Stewart, told the panel that the board was first alerted to an increase in the level of C. difficile in August 2007. He said that initially figures were low, but then at 3 separate meetings between October and January, the Trust was informed each time that figures had increased, except in November when there was a slight dip. However, after a meeting in January when the board was told that the number of deaths where C. difficile was considered a factor had increased significantly, the board called an emergency meeting on January the 7th and declared an outbreak. He said a robust action plan was implemented, which included a review of using antibiotics and the introduction of an enhanced cleaning regime. Jim Stewart described how at the time the chief executive, Norma Stewart, was under considerable stress and that staff morale was very low.
The Home Office says international terrorism and cyber attacks on computer systems are among the major threats to British industry. The government's due to publish its national security strategy, which will help underscore decisions on defence spending. French unions are stepping up their industrial action against pension reforms, which include raising the retirement age to 62. A blockade of oil refineries has led to fuel shortages, and more than 1,000 petrol stations have closed because they're out of fuel. The British general commanding an operation to clear the stronghold of the Taliban in southern Afghanistan has said the momentum in the war now seems to be with the American-led coalition. But Major General Nick Carter said he didn't want to speak about victory or even success. And now the weather forecast, here's Barra Best.
A mainly cloudy and breezy day with just the odd glimmer of sunshine. We do have a few showers around at the moment, with more so around the middle of the day. Temperatures will get up to around 13 degrees, but with the showers and the cool northwesterly breeze, it'll feel a little cooler. This evening it will turn drier as much of the cloud clears to the south. A colder night as a result.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
Invergary Avenue in Hollywood is closed for the next 3 weeks while water mains are being installed. Then some motorway roadworks to mention, and tonight the M5 will be closed heading into Belfast from Rush Park to Greencastle. That's from 11 p.m. until 6 tomorrow morning. Also in Newton Abbey, the A8M towards Larne will be closed from 8 o'clock this evening until 6 tomorrow morning. And starting from tonight, one lane will be closed on a section of the M1 each night from 11 p.m. until 6 the following morning. That's from Blacks Road out to Junction 6 at the Saintfield Road. Anne Jordan reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
Today. On Talkback Today, Peter Robinson's comments about segregated education have triggered a firestorm. His critics say it's a sectarian attack on Catholic schools. His defenders say it's a long overdue reality check. The New Atheist campaigner Richard Dawkins joins the debate live on today's Talkback. Plus, will he stay or will he go? Wayne Rooney's future at Manchester United is on the line. And Hail Mary. Mary Byrne wows them again on the X Factor. But can the Celtic diva go all the way to pop stardom? Give us a call on 08459 555 678. Our lines are open from 12 noon.
So what do you all want to go to school together for? What do you want anyway? What do you all want? What do you all want to go to school together? Sure, can't you see each other on TV? What's wrong with you?
Susie's got a key and she's gonna make it easy to stay up tonight. Sipping anything but water with her face getting hotter. It tells me that she feels alright. I met her at a show, but I don't think she knows my face is kind of blur sometimes. Sucking on a lemon, wipes it off in her denim. I think she's fine. She's acting like she runs the police now. I'll get it through to you somehow. I don't think it's cool to be in love with you. Get over yourself. So messy, but you're not in my tape. Get over yourself. Susie spilled her drink, so I bought her another. She poured it down her throat and left to stand out in the cold in a dress full of potholes.
There's no point in asking, you'll get no reply. Oh, please remember that I don't decide. I got no reason, it's all too much. You'll always find me out to lunch. We're so pretty, oh so pretty. I said we're vacant. We're so pretty, oh so pretty. Yeah, man, we're vacant. We're so pretty, oh so pretty. I said we're vacant now, and we don't care. Don't ask us to attend, cause we're not all there. I don't pretend, man, cause I don't care. I've no time for illusion, cause too much is real. So stop your cheap comments, cause we know how we feel. We're so pretty, oh so pretty. I said we're vacant. We're so pretty, oh so pretty. Yeah, man, we're vacant. We're so pretty, oh so pretty. I said we're vacant now, and we don't care. There's no point in asking, you'll get no reply. Oh, please remember that I don't decide. I got no reason, it's all too much. You'll always find me out to lunch. We're so pretty, oh so pretty. I said we're vacant. We're so pretty, oh so pretty. Yeah, man, we're vacant. We're so pretty, oh so pretty. I said we're vacant now, and we don't care.
You don't like him, do you?
No, it's no good.
It's
no,
good.
but I say it's no. That's unfair to say it's no good. But
That's not say what you think.
It's not good.
I think it's good.
No,
it's called Son of Cash.
It's not good.
And that's an old Sex Pistols song called Pretty Vacant.
It's no good. No good.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I wish you wouldn't dismiss things like that.
No, the guys.
He's no good?
No.
All right. It's as simple as that. He's no good. Well, okay. And what did I do? Firstly, I played John Darcy's new single, which is really, really good, which is called Get Over Yourself, which was launched by Terry Hooley last Saturday, and I believe it was a great day. Warren's on the line. Good morning, Warren.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you doing?
Warren, I haven't spoken to you for a long time.
No, it's been a good while, mate. How are you keeping?
I'm great. Are you still involved with the Northern Ireland paramilitary?
Well, this is one for the papers. Yes, Warren.
Are you still involved with the Northern Ireland paramilitaries? Are you? Come on. No,
the Northern Ireland Paranormal Research Association. Yes, mate, we are indeed. You're going to get me in trouble one of these days, mate.
Okay, stop you laughing in there. Anybody can make a mistake. I'm only human, you know. I know you people have difficulty believing that. I am human. Anyway, you're doing a bit of... Now, I'm interested in this, and coming up to, I suppose... this is probably unfair to say this to you because I know you don't like this. Coming up to Halloween, people get an interest in the spirit world, which is a kind of a Mickey Mouse kind of a thing. And it's not a thing that you're interested in, but you do it all the year round. But I suppose, maybe now is not a bad time to talk about something like this. You're doing it... tell me what you're doing. Sorry, is it tonight or when? Is it coming up shortly?
It's tonight now. We were up at it last week. It's the Cross Keys Inn in Tunbridge. I believe you've been at the place yourself.
I have indeed.
We were actually called in by Vincent, the owner. It's an awful, beautiful, beautiful place, is all you can say, steeped in history.
Yeah.
As soon as we walked in through the door, there was reports over the years of a lot of sort of spirit activity.
Can I just ask you, the owner? Why did the owner call you in?
The owner called us in because they'd had reports. They used to have a fortune teller that sort of would have went up and told people's fortunes, and she had said about sort of ghostly activity going on. Other people in the building had reported seeing like a woman walking around the place, or reported seeing a man walking around the place, and had like hearing voices in the corner when there was nobody there.
And this is not a kind of a scary thing. This is real. And
No,
I know,
not, it's
and I remember, I have to just say before we go any further that I spent some time with you people a while back. We did a series on it, and this is all very, very much, this is the real thing. And,
it is.
And I do believe, I really do believe, and because I believe you people, I didn't believe before, but I believe now that there is something really strange going on in some places, and you have every reason to believe there's something going on there.
Well, we do. As I say, as soon as we basically walked in the building, we, as you probably know, we walk in, we always tell people we don't want to know any history about it. We would rather pick it up as we go along, and then we would get names given to us, maybe dates of birth when the person died, and then we would say to the people, and if there is hits, then it's good for us because people know we're not sort of contaminated by knowing a bit of the history of the building.
Yeah, you don't go in there with a preconceived notion of what you're going to see.
But that's it. I mean, we go on with a very, very, although we're a spiritual base group, we go on with a very open mind. If there's any spirit activity, it'll show itself to us rather than just walking in and sort of going. We will look for sort of logical explanations as well before we actually pick on the paranormal. Have you got your full complement tonight, or do you want anyone to come along and help you at all, or? Well, tonight it's myself and a few members of the group going up just to start the proper investigation using some of the equipment we use. Already now there's one of the names we've got that sort of since the owner was able to sort of say has been picked up on before. So we're hoping it's going to be a very eventful night.
Tell them about some of the equipment that you use.
Well, some of the stuff we use, I mean, if anybody sort of watches some programs like Most Haunted and all, they'll see the sort of zero-lux camcorders, night vision camcorders, which enable us to record in total darkness.
Do you know something? Do you see those films, those television programs?
Yeah.
Now, can I ask you? I suspect I don't. I haven't a lot of time for them. Do you have a lot of time for them?
I wouldn't waste my time watching them.
I think you're right. Yeah, because I mean they have to show you something, don't they?
That's it. I mean, and again, where we would differ from, if we take anybody out on a vigil or out on an investigation, we're maybe sitting on a location like yourself, Gerry. You were with us. We're maybe sitting for 3, 4, 5 hours at a time.
Do you remember we sat in where was it, in the workhouse, the workhouse in Derry, and we sat there all night and saw nothing, heard not a single thing. I was there for hours and hours and hours, not a single peep. And other places you couldn't get up without seeing something or somebody walking into you. For God's sake.
That's what we would say to people. There's no big giant switch so we can sort of click on for people that want to see the paranormal or want to experience it. All we're dealing with people like us that's passed over, so they don't have to be sort of, they appear and do what we will just by sort of paying them money to do it sort of thing. They have their own beliefs still.
How can people contact you if they want to get interested in this kind of thing? Are you looking for people, or, I mean, have you got enough people around you? Do you encourage people to join you?
Well, we have taken a few new members on, but we will be starting I was going to say later on in the year, but we will be starting soon to take people out on sort of certain investigations. Obviously, we can't do private investigations because we're taking don't want to get complete strangers into people's houses.
I know.
But we will be taking people now. A couple of ways. It's through our website, which is www.nipra. NIPRA.
Yeah.
That's the Northern Ireland Paranormal Research Association, Gerry. And if they want to phone me, my mobile number is 077 021 02082.
Okay. Well, you do us two favours. Will you come back and tell me how you get on in the place you're going to tonight? And secondly, come back and tell me when you feel as if you want to get some new people and we'll give them a shout, because people are interested in that. And you see the stuff you see on TV, forget about all that. It's a load of crap. But just go out and do it properly, and then you'll learn a bit.
Exactly. Well, you experienced it yourself sitting in the drop cell in the Crumlin Road all night. So.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, the offers are tonight. Now to say if you're free, because I know you've been down to the Cross Keys before.
Yes.
If you want to come down, you're more than welcome.
Well, I can't make it tonight, but by all means, let us know how you get on. Okay, Warren?
Not a problem. Listen, lovely talking to you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Northern Ireland Paramilitary Association. For God's sake. I need some help.
You do, all right.
That's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Haven't played them for a while. Must be nearly 2 days. That's a song called Black Night on the Crazy Train, and that's from a new album, which is great, I think, by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, called Music for the Kilted Generation. And there's a website there if you want to check that out, www.redhotchilipipers, CHILLIPIPERS.com, if you're interested. I'm just sorry, I'm laughing. A man sent us photographs that he took of us in the Balmoral show. When were we down there? April? Was it? What horrible photographs they are. I'm the only one that looks okay. May? Mm-hmm. He said, find attached portraits I took of you and Sean and Michael Bradley at the Balmoral show over the summer. I'll post those on to you.
Janet wants them posted to her.
I will indeed send them to her immediately. I do love the show, as all you seem to do is talk shite. And that is very welcome. I'm just reading the email. And that is very welcome, as you're not some homogenous, bland, platitudinous presenter. No names, no pactoral. Anyway, that's enough platitudes for you. Any chance you could play more of the incomparable C.W. Stonewall, who, by the way, I have on good authority, is coming over here in late January. I can't say any more until the promoter of the festival announces it, but I'm very excited to be seeing him. Failing you not playing C.W. Stonewall, I'll play a track today. How's about some Stephen Hall? Yes, who I think will do an awful lot in the coming years to bring understanding of the non-dialect Ulster Scots, as he does not appear to be as an anatomical phrase here. And I couldn't say anatomical.
No,
you notice that? I had trouble with it. Anatomical.
Do you know what I would love right now?
I'm almost afraid to ask.
A soft-boiled egg.
Would you?
Aye.
That seems fairly innocuous and almost pleasant.
Yeah.
No, it's a bit late for a soft-boiled egg for me.
Just a soft-boiled with no salt.
Do you know what I did on Saturday morning? I made myself a bacon and egg sandwich. I haven't done that for about 10 years. And it was awful. Greasy and horrible.
Right.
Did you make it on the machine?
No, there's a thing called a frying pan.
Oh,
have you seen those?
But I thought it was a toasty.
No, you never make a thing in a toasty. But, you know, I said to myself, I really want a
Was
fried
it toast or was it ordinary bread?
No, it was a big bap. I said, what I really wanted was a bacon and egg and bap. A bacon and egg bap. And I made it myself, and the bacon was lovely, and the egg was nice.
Oh,
but
what was wrong?
It's just, I can't eat that kind of stuff anymore. No, it's greasy and horrible. I prefer, you know.
Fruit.
Yes.
I'm the same.
Yes, I've moved away from our working class habits.
I always have difficulty with an egg bap and egg and bacon bap because I never know where to use a knife and fork or lift it in your hand.
Oh, you just lift it. No, especially if the egg.
It's a runny egg.
It must be runny and it must go down your fingers.
But, you know,
then you lick your fingers like that.
Listen,
no, I'm gonna next Saturday. I'm gonna make a hummus bap.
No. Listen.
What?
You have to do something that you don't want to do.
What is it?
And you won't like doing, but you have to do it.
Go on, tell me what it is. Give it to me straight. What is it?
You have to play a Cliff Richard record.
I'm not doing it.
No, look, it's for your very good friend.
I don't care.
It's for Eileen Rolson, and it's Eileen's birthday.
Oh, that's different.
You see?
She's the only one
I know
ever
you would play
played
Cliff Richard for.
Okay.
It's Eileen's birthday, and this is from her good friend Laura Moore, and she asked you to please play Cliff for
what do I have
Eileen.
to play?
Sure, I don't know, I'm sure.
But you know all about Cliff
But
Richard.
Cliff's in your core. There's a record.
I'm not going in there looking for Cliff Richard. They might see me.
Janet will come in.
Will you come in, Janet? Get me something by Cliff.
Yeah.
I can take it.
She's
the only person I would do
I'll tell
that
you
for.
what's there. I think it's Cliff's favourite song. I think it's Carrie.
No, we can't play that.
That's
all right, okay.
That's his favourite
okay.
song.
All right, I'll do it.
Will you do it? Right. Well,
Just
you want
this
Janet
once.
in now?
No, later. I don't want her. I don't want her coming in right away. I'm going to prepare myself for her. Great shows last week, kid. This is the final word now in the tomatoes. Great show last week. Great shows which made one tingle all over with strange, weird feelings of apathy and hate. After Friday's great show, Queen Elizabeth apparently turned to her loving Greek hubby, Philip, and said, I know him, you know. I know Gerry Anderson. We had him here as a guest when you finally assembled the IKEA flat pack Bloody Mary commode. What a jolly nice person he was. He had the impunity to tell me that Geordie Toft was one of my subjects. I always thought, hoped and prayed that old Geordie fell under the bailiwick of Mr. Biffo Common. Gerry, eh? Grunted the prince. Sounds like a Hun to me. Must be from your side of the family. Oh, shut up, Stavros, shrieked the queen. And stop tempting the corgis with your horrible greasy kebab. Give them a bacon and egg sandwich. Put it away, footman. Make Stavros put his horrible Greek kebab away. And so we leave Buckingham Palace with all its history and junk, cluttered backyard, and get back on the coach. I couldn't believe it when I heard it on the news. Surely Noel Thompson was having a laugh. He's having a laugh, I yelled. Then a grim-faced Paul Clark, or should we call him Paul Bearer, broke the same story. I glared at Tommy, my cat, who was making egg cartons from expensive antique music boxes as instructed by Blue Peter, and said, take away the head of Alfredo Garcia and bring me the head, body and nigh of Jim Rogers. I just had time to flash before Jim Rogers stood before me. Well, he said, this is a right howdy-do, a right kettle of fish, this is a right pickle and no mistake. What were you thinking of, I yelled. Who gave you carte blanche to leap over a woman dressed as a tomato? Nay! As I explained to the judge, it wasn't just a bit of fun. All my life I've wanted to leap over a woman dressed as a tomato. When I happened to come across one, I screamed, Geronimo! And sprinted towards her, legs akimbo. I clear her, but I give the woman a dunt with my knee. Your knee, my ass, I yelled. I saw the photographs. You hit that poor furry woman with a dunt on the head with your fork. Knee, screamed Jim. Fork, I yelled. And now the taxpayers. Knee, screamed Jim. Fork, I yelled. Tommy laid Jim down on a dirty, filthy yellow leather couch and said, tell me, Jim, I'm worried about Jim. When was the first time you felt an overwhelming compulsion to jump over a woman dressed as a tomato? It's all coming back, he said. Tommy wrote on the wall with HP sauce, legs akimbo. There goes Jimbo. Fork, I yelled after Jim. Knee, screamed Jim, as he leaped a red letterbox and galloped down the Donegal Road looking for a woman dressed as furry tomatoes to leap over again. He can't get enough of it. Can't get enough. I can't help it.
I know.
I have to stop.
Janet's on her way in.
Integrated education for everyone. Who's saying it? Me? No, I don't want it then. Oh, that's the wrong one again. Why do I keep playing the wrong records? Somebody needs help in here.
Mr. Busby, read this, please. Thought my eyes were being deceived. Saw this magic wonder boy. Can't describe my words of joy. Think I found you a genius. I think I found you the one. Think I found you a genius. It twists and turns like he's on air. Tackles fights like he don't care. There is nothing he can't do. This boy's blessed, I swear to you. Think I found you a genius. I think I found you the one. Think I found you a genius. He could be 6 feet tall, but in fact he's small. But this boy's answering to every call. He's 50 now, but he looks like he could pass for 10. But don't let that man put you off, 'cause this boy's a genuine real one-off. But we may never see the likes of this young boy again. He's shy. He's shy. Got the face of an angel and he chimes like a prince. Rises like a salmon and he runs like a wind. With the talent you can measure, he really is a treasure man. We may never see the likes of this young best again. Oh yes, I think I found you a genius.
I think I found you a genius. That's one of the songs from the musical Dancing Shoes, the George Best musical, and people ask me, would I not play a couple of tracks from that? Well, play Thunderclap New to make for a wee treat for myself.
Aye.
So it'll make me feel better
A surprise.
if I played Carrie. Now, Eileen Rosen's the only one I'd play this for, you know.
I know.
And I got a wee email the other day, and her relatives asked me to wish her a happy birthday as well. But I don't have it with them. Jonathan sent me an email. So it's from Jonathan and everybody. I'm sorry I don't have that email with me now. It would take me ages to find it. She's the only person I would do this for. You realise this? Do you any idea what this does to me?
No, this is a good song. This is a good song.
It's not.
It is. It
I
is.
don't know what's wrong with Eileen. Why can't you like somebody who's good? You know, I mean, Cliff Richard, for God's sake.
Janet's roaring Annette's on one.
Was Janet afraid to come in? I just, why would
She didn't want to, yeah.
She didn't want to come in. I'm a wee bit worried about that because, I'm a nice person.
Are you going to talk to Annette?
Hold on, the CD's saying welcome again. Stop saying welcome. Just take Cliff Richard. Look, it keeps saying welcome.
Just
welcome.
wait.
Hello, welcome. It's a lovely day. Thank you very much indeed, CD player. It's great to be here today. Welcome. Yes, thank you.
Now press
Now it says disc error.
Hey.
What is that? It says disc error now.
What's...
It's just,
Don't spit on it.
I'm spit. Do you know what's wrong with this CD here? Look, it's all dirty. The CD, there's a little look. The CD player won't take it. Hold on a second. I'll try the one in front of it. They're all different ones. See, people don't know what we go through here. Look, it won't even come out. It won't even. Yes, welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now take your time. You're
no, I'm not taking my time.
You're rushing it.
I'm not rushing it. It says welcome again.
Now turn the knob.
I'm turning it. I've done it.
Right. What's it at?
Disc error. It won't play Cliff Richard. I won't play it. Brilliant.
What about the other one?
What other one?
The other CD player.
That is the other.
No, but you have
player.
3.
Have I?
Yes.
Where's the other one?
There. On the other
There's
side
one
of the
over
desk.
there. Well, try that one. Ah, but this is a complicated one.
Yes.
I don't like this one. Hold on, how does that work? Right. How do you do anything on it? You can't do it. It says talk reading on it. What does that mean? Talk,
Right.
Talk reading? Talk, T-O-C? I can't even spell talk.
Right.
Right?
Like, find the track.
Find the track. Oh, right. 18. Right. I never used this before. It's great.
Right.
And what do you do then?
Press. Have you got the fader open?
What fader's that? CD3. Oh, I see that.
Right.
It's a whole new world here.
And then you press play on the machine.
Okay. Let me see if it's working.
On the CD player.
It's not working.
Did you
It's
press?
not working.
But have you got the right? Have you got the right fader up?
No, I haven't. It's not working now.
You've got the right fader.
It's not working.
You have to press play. You started manually.
Sick manually. That doesn't work.
Yes, there you are.
What is that?
Yes, Cliff Richard Carey.
For God's sake, I thought I wasn't going to play it. Anyway, this is for Eileen Ralston from all her family. Somebody might hear this.
Yes, and that's after Cliff.
Oh, right then. Somebody might hear this. And is that Janet Coughlin?
Yes.
Sorry to disturb you, but I was in the neighborhood about a friend of her picture. Could you take a look? Oh, I appreciate you're busy and time's not your own. Yeah, maybe it would be better if I telephoned. Carrie doesn't live here anymore. Carrie is the room on the second floor. Sorry that she left no forwarding address that was known to me. He said, Carrie doesn't live here anymore. You could always ask at the corner store. Carrie had a date with her own kind of face. It's plain to see. Another missing person, one of many we assume. The young wear their freedom like cheap perfume. Returning my call to help the situation. They've nothing at all. You're just another message on a fake phone wall. Carrie doesn't live here anymore. Carrie is the room on the second floor. Sorry that she left no forwarding address that was known to me. Carrie doesn't live here anymore. Carrie is the room on the second floor. Sorry, Carrie left no forwarding address. It's a mystery.
I thought that was never going to end. Do you know what that sounds like? That sounds like it was written and recorded by a pop music committee. That's what that sounds like. Stop making me do things like that. I'm not going to do that again. If it hadn't been for Eileen Ralston, I'm never doing that again. What age is she now?
Eileen, she must be in her mid-40s.
She must be 60 if I'm playing that. I think she is, you know.
I don't know. I really don't know. But sure, who's
I know.
counting?
I'm counting. You're counting for me as
what
well.
What about Annette?
Annette, I'll talk to Annette in a moment, and I'm looking forward to speaking to Annette, but just give me a moment. Gentleman sends me an email. He says, I note that Christine Blakely's new morning show on ITV has dropped to only 600,000 viewers. That's sad, you know. When are you going to join her to improve the ratings? Well, I offered earlier on, but I was rejected. Now, that's quite sad, actually, because, you know, Christine's great. And I think, you know, she's experiencing the downside now. But, you know, it's good. She'll come out of it a stronger person. She'll be okay. And the show might pick up. But even if it doesn't, she'll probably do the X Factor or something. She'll come out there smelling of roses, as indeed I never did. No, it's just unfortunate things. But, you know, it's a learning experience. It's just as well. I mean, it's different for me because everything I've done has always been really successful.
Yeah.
So I don't know what
I
it's
think
like.
I could live with that, with £4 million in the bank.
If somebody said to me,
I could live with
Anderson, we're going to sack you now. We're going to have to give you £4 million, and then will you go and present X Factor? Now it's up to you. Yeah. I'd say, okay, all right then, just this once. I'd say, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry.
Sorry for keeping you.
You're okay. Gerry, you're my last hope. I'm trying to find a particular type of fireplace.
A particular type of fireplace?
Yes, it's called a Louis Philippe.
What's that again?
Louis Philippe.
Louis Philippe?
It's like a French-style design.
Yes. It's another kind of a Louis Philippe handbag, is there? No, it's Louis Philippe.
No, I don't think so.
No, you'd rather have a fireplace than a handbag. What kind of a woman are you? Prefer a fireplace to a handbag. No, it's Louis Vuitton, I'm thinking.
Listen, I know you have been in your company many a time in Europa. You're very nice. So I'm incognito here. Annette's not my real name, but...
All right, then.
You'll be by sight.
I understand. I know you by sight.
What's that?
I know you by sight, do I?
You know me by sight. I had a laugh many a time in Europe with me and a few friends.
Really?
Down in the lobby bar.
Look, I'm trying to figure out who you are now.
I'll give you a hint. Rosemary.
Rosemary. Oh, yes, Rosemary. How are you? I haven't seen you for years. I don't drink anymore, of course. I've seen the light. God reached down, touched me in the elbow and said, that's enough drink. There now. Where you go? Have you no home to go to?
Jerry, you're my last hope here. I've tried everywhere to get this particular type of fireplace.
What kind of... Okay, Louis Philippe?
Louis Philippe. It's solid marble. It's very expensive to buy if you can buy them. I don't want that. I want someone who would have a second-hand one or...
Okay.
Someone who would know where I could get a repeat. Apparently you can have them done with a plaster mould.
Uh-huh.
You know, if there was somebody out there could maybe help me and tell me where to go to get one or would have one for sale.
Excuse me whilst my eyes glaze over. No, that's okay. No, I don't want to hear any detail about grouting or anything. Here's your man.
Yes. No, tell me, did you ever, I don't know, what's the word? Is the word extract? Did you or your father ever extract a Louis Philippe? Did you ever take one out? Did you ever...
Listen, hold on a second. Can I just ask you two people to keep quiet? I'm going to tell you something now. What did my father do for a living?
He took out fireplaces and he found a ring.
Well, he didn't find rings for a living.
No, but he found a ring.
That's what my father did for a living. He used to put in fireplaces and take them out. He used to take out old ranges and then put in modern fireplaces. If he were alive today, I'd send him down to you.
He could help me, Jerry. He's the kind of man I need. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you probably think to yourself, well, if my father did that, I would know all about
it. Exactly. It's in the blood.
He only brought me out with him once, and he realised there was no point. So he never spoke to me of fireplaces or manual things again. He just said, you just sit there and keep quiet, he said. And your mother will look after you.
Well, that's a coincidence.
Anyway, we'll try and get you that, Rosemary. Nice to talk to you again.
And your researcher has my phone number, Jerry.
Yes, indeed, we have your number.
Thanks a million. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, love. Hope to see you again soon.
God
Okay.
bless. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, she's lovely. I haven't seen her for years. There was a time, and can I be frank?
If you want to be.
There was a time when I used to spend an unconscionable amount of time in the first floor bar in the Europa Hotel.
Do you know what I love about Europa? You know
You never know who you're going to meet.
No, but down in reception area, you know that big fireplace?
What are you, some kind of pensioner? Fire?
Yes,
fire?
That's a great fire.
Yeah, I mean, but... You know, this is a hotel, an international hotel with all, and you want to sit beside the fire downstairs because it's warm. What are you, some kind of?
I love sitting there watching the people check in and check out, and
that's what people do in the old people's home. They sit beside the fire and watch the people go by the window. That's it. No, what I like
Did
about.
you see the program on Norman Wisdom?
Oh no, I saw that before.
I know.
It was a series. It was really good. And even done in old people's home, and the person said, "This is what he really wants because he's got an audience."
There's times I didn't like him.
But you know he's a nice wee man.
I know he's a nice man, but why did he not stop clowning about?
Because he wasn't well in his last years. And I think he had a little bit of Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
a tiny bit. And I think that's the reason why his personality changed a little. But you and I know, we met him. And a lovely man.
I thought it was very sad when he was talking to the wee lad when he was at the school picking up his grandson. And he started... He was chatting to a wee lad who was coming out of school, and he was saying to the wee lad, "Do you know who I am?" The wee boy didn't know him. She said, "I'm Norman." Norman. And the wee
Well,
boy
you see,
started,
he's not well.
Norman Wisdom.
It's like a certain well-known person said to us about Bruce Forsyth. A certain well-known person said he cannot take the dimming of the light. Mm-hmm. Remember?
Yes.
We won't name that person.
No.
Can't handle the dimming of the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I doing here? What was
I
I doing?
That's what the 6th floor want to know.
I was going to do something here. Oh, no. I was telling you that there was a time when I spent a little more time than was necessary taking drink in the Europa Hotel, and that lady reminded me of it, those heady days. You were never there, of course, because the drink is too dear for you. I was always there. I didn't care. I threw it round me. But God came to me and turned, and he tapped my shoulder, and he said, "Have you no home to go, Tal?" That's the way God
The
talks
last
these
people
days.
that I had a drink with in the Europa Hotel was...
The Seven Dwarfs.
No, May McFetridge.
Snow White.
And Leslie Grantham.
Dirty Dan and May McFetridge. What a great pair. Wonderful.
Wasn't it?
What's this now? Look at this. Look at this here.
What?
You've made me all confused. Hold on a second.
You have 3 CDs now, you see.
This is too many.
Ken was in.
Was he? Was he in there a minute ago?
No, Ken was impressed by your work. What are you doing? Oh, that's thunderclap.
Oh, I love this.
Very loud.
I know, but I like it loud. It has to be loud. I love this. This is one of the few that lasts the pace. That's Thunderclap Newman. That's a song called Something in the Air. I haven't heard that for years and years. It's really good. Now, we'll be going away a little bit early today. At 5 to 12, there's a new programme on, I think it's on every day this week anyway, called Living Air. People will talk about their experiences on radio and what radio has done for them in their lives. And the first man today at 5 to 12 is Dan Gordon. So at 5 to 12, we'll be going away and a programme called Living Air. So look forward to that. It's also on tonight, as far as I know. I'm not quite sure. And some emails here that I have to get through. It's important that the people know that they're cared for. A gentleman called Kevin said, I was coming back from the pub last night totally sober, and I saw a kangaroo hopping across the road between Sion Mills and Strabane. Eh? What do you think of that? This is genuine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. A roo loose in the vicinity of, well, Sion Mills. I would say the first thing is not to panic. I'd just say that, first of all. And Ralph Pritchard, see, this is the start of it. Now, people are objecting strongly to Ralph Pritchard. This is how the rot sets in. What next, Lady Gaga? You'd be best investing in the musical preferences of your worst enemies. I have a few suggestions, like drop the red-hot steaming piles for a start. Well done on the cat chase and the speeding fine. God help us playing Cliff Richard. Can't hear this. These people are very annoyed. You see, this is what happens when you kind of step out of your comfort zone. Fireplaces? A gentleman says to Rosemary, contact Connor at Micon Distribution in Lisburn, M-I-C-O-N Distribution in Lisburn, for all your fireplace needs. And I was listening to the show every day, and I work here in Dubai, says Manus. I was back home in the summer, and I was down in Moville in County Donegal. It was in August, and there was a vintage car rally. I was standing admiring an old Jag, and a fellow comes over to me and he says in a thick country accent, "This is a clean motor. Genuine miles too." Gerry, I laughed because you reminded me so much of your character. Anyway, I was telling my mother, who loves your show too, what I was laughing at. I was saying, I'm laughing at the old boy there. Anyway, we walked into a hotel in Moville for a roast beef dinner, and you were sitting there with your family. Anyway, I reckon for next year's vintage rally, you get yourself down there and you're done giving man character, chat a few of the boys hanging around, kicking the tires of the vintage motors, strike up our conversation and record it for the show. Anyway, love the programme, and you can play a bit of Elvis. Oh, just, we know Elvis here, I'm telling you. We know, none. Living Air is on at 5 to 12 today, and 5 minutes to midnight tonight. That's it. See all the information that comes out of me.
You were out for a roast beef dinner?
No, not me. No, he went in for a roast beef dinner.
Car rally?
No. It was a Sunday, and
you were out for a roast beef?
I was bringing visitors down. You know, when you bring visitors, you bring them to car rallies because everybody loves cars. And you say, look, there's cars there. Look, see them cars. See them cars there. Look, you make yourself busy with them cars. That's what you do. That's what I do anyway.
It doesn't float to my boat at all.
We don't care about your boat and whether it floats or not. Look, every time I play this...
Is this... what is this?
Never you mind what it is. It's Hit the Road, Jack, by Mo Horizons.
Já tô com pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar, não vou, já tô com pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar. Já tô com pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar, não vou, já tô com pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar. Oh baby, não se engane, não me trate assim, o tempo é curto, você tão ruim. Pense com coração e você vai entender. Eu gata me chama, não diz nada. Vou botar os pés no chão e seguir na estrada. Não penso que o destino é assim tão cruel. Na vida cada um representa seu papel. Não perca seu tempo nessa confusão. Eu vou fazer as minhas malas e seguir com decisão. Já tô com o pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar. Não vou, não vou, não vou. Já tô com o pé na estrada, não vou mais voltar. Já tô com o pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar. Não vou, não vou, não vou. Já tô com o pé na estrada e não vou mais voltar.
I'll be going shortly. Back tomorrow at about 10:30. Be there. Join me. On behalf of all the people working the programme, may I say, what a wonderful time we've had today, and let's do it all again tomorrow. Also, I forgot the people who are not working on the programme.
Online, on digital and on FM and medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
And now it's time to start our new series, The Living Air, which will feature memories of radio listening from a wide range of guests over the next 2 weeks. First up to the microphone is the acclaimed Belfast actor, Dan Gordon.
At one point, I was the highest paid radio actor in Northern Ireland. Don't be getting excited and looking for a refund of your licence fee. I wasn't in the Jonathan Ross League. It was only about £6 more than everybody else was getting. The BBC used to run a staggered scale system that every time you did another radio play, your acting fee went up by £2. It's just I hit a run of being used in almost every play going for a couple of years because it was local and it was available. It didn't matter what size the part was. As long as you were in it, it counted as another notch on the microphone stand. Anyway, it was a big thing for a wee budding actor boy from East Belfast to get a radio acting job. By my reckoning, radio was one step away from the telly, which was one step away from the films, which was one step away from the Oscar. Get me? Of course, it was a pretty shallow way of looking at it. But then I was a pretty shallow sort of a kid who grew up through the 70s watching and not listening. See, telly was really taking off, and then we got a colour one. So Steptoe and Son, Kojak, Monty Python, Starsky and Hutch, they were my staple diet. Except, of course, that is for the top 20 on a Sunday evening on the radio, when I, like everyone, tried to stop and start my cassette recorder before the DJ spoke and spoiled the song. C90 cassettes for 45 pence a time became a weekly purchase, and I still have a number of them languishing in boxes with top 20 tunes forever taped and trapped on them. I didn't listen much throughout my teens or my college years because radio required you to stay in the one place. And if I wasn't in front of the telly, I was running around jumping out of my skin, chasing girls, doing plays and annoying people's heads. There were a couple of notable exceptions. One time the man who lived next door to us was rung up by a local radio station, coincidentally on a Sunday evening, because he was a passable singer. He was a tenor to be exact, and he'd won a talent competition on the telly hosted by the same presenter who did the radio, which we'd all seen. Well, the presenter used to play and sing as part of the radio programme, so he invited our neighbour to sing the winning song while he played. So your man next door starts singing. But the hysterical thing was, he did this wee dance on the telly, which he then repeated, even though he was singing down the phone in his own hall. Well, my brother and I raced outside to lean over the fence, and there he was, through the opaque glass, dancing like an idiot on the radio, because that was how he'd learned it. Then in a cruel twist of fate, my mother was interviewed by John Bennett on the BBC because she did an English O-level at the same time as me. She was chuffed because she got top marks and I didn't. I thought it was a bit much since she was twice my age. She loved John Bennett, and in a big effort to impress him, she forgot her East Belfast roots and managed to sound posher than the Queen, which my mates destroyed me for. Another time, I got a one-off job monitoring a radio station for the Independent Broadcasting Authority, who was the watchdog. I had to listen to the radio for 12 hours straight, noting down when they spoke, when they played a record, when they played the ads. It was money from America. And then I went out and I spent a whole lot on the beer and the fags that they had been advertising. But then I got into acting. I got to do hundreds of interviews to publicise the shows I was in, so I got to see what went on behind the scenes on the radio. I loved the way they did what they did, and how they made it sound seamless, and yet I could see how hard it was to be good. And the radio plays rolled in. One week I was W.B. Yeats, another I was an on-the-run gunman. I was the ghost of a North Antrim fisherman and a revivalist preacher from Belfast who had spent 10 years in America's Bible Belt. It was fantastic. I could be as tall or as short as I wanted, as handsome, as ugly, as quirky and as suave. It was on the radio. All you had to do was act it. I now own a digital radio and I listen almost exclusively to Radio Ulster and Radio 4. I've developed an uncanny knack of turning on the radio just at the top of the hour in time to hear the news without the aid of a clock or a watch. This is surpassed only by my mother's ability to turn on the radio when I'm on it, and I haven't told her. I blame John Bennett for that.
The Living Air, memories of radio listening from Belfast actor Dan Gordon. Join us again tonight at 5 minutes to 12 when our guest will be the writer Sam McCautry.
And don't forget, you can hear that programme again online at our website. Just log on to bbc.co.uk/Radio Ulster.